What is going on, all you amazing viewers to play later? How are we today? Been rolling sixes, been dominating at some tournaments? Hey, have you gotten anything cool painted recently? I'd love to know. Seriously, leave me a comment down below. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time it is when you are watching this incredible video right here. Whoo, we got a good one for you today on the channel. We really do. As most of you know, I have been collecting a 2,000 point Stormlance Space Wolves detachment. I have everything purchased for my 2,000 points. And I think 11 or 12 models away from having it fully painted. So I'm looking at expansions into 3,000 points. And that brings us to today's video. That's right, we got the Warhammer 40k Space Marines Stormraven Gunship. Gotta find a way to get those guys to the front a little itty bitty bit quicker, right? But we're gonna break all this down here in just a moment. You know how we do it here on the channel. We've got to get the adulting out of the way. First up is a word from our unofficial sponsor.
So there I was, 23 years old, prime of my life. I woke up one morning, looked in the mirror, and my hair was thinning. It was all falling out. It wasn't until I discovered this one solution that changed everything. My first initial thought was, it's gotta be genetics, right? It's not my fault, this is genetic. Go and find out. I'm not the only one dealing with thinning hair and confidence issues. And it was nuts because we started to change everything in our routine.
We started looking at what we were putting in our bodies, what we were eating, how much water we were intaking, and then we started working out and taking care of ourselves, but still something was missing.
But also what we put on our body is drastically important to our skin and hair health. So we ditched all of those chemical fill products. We started using healthy, organic ingredients and took it upon myself to start creating these organic ingredient products to help people. I have a solution for you. Ditch all of those chemical fill products and grab something that's organic, natural, handmade, something that your family will thank you and your health will thank you. Make the switch today.
Great company, great dude. Seriously, click the link down below. Also, make sure you abuse the ever-loving F out of that viewer exclusive discount code that Johnny's giving you guys. It's well worth it. Filming this video on Tuesday, June 18th, 2024. Currently on Amazon. What do we got here? Ooh, CL buying options. That's never good. Anywhere from 114 to 125. There's 3 options. Okay? So, it is an aircraft. You know, it's not going to, unless it has the hover keyword, which I did not look, on the datasheet card, it's not going to be on the battlefield that long, right? With all the moving and everything it's got to do. But the transport capacity, okay, I'm there for. I really am. I can't get all my sky claws in here, which is what I kind of wanted. So I'm thinking of other things that I could stuff in here to help move to the front lines quicker. Like, I don't know, my Hellblasters, or maybe all of my Fenrisian wolves. Because remember, there are no wolves on Fenris. But there is the back of the box. Out of all the miniatures I have ever assembled from Games Workshop, this one was almost flawless to put together. I had one little problem. It was on these little panels over the canopy, simply because I got a little distracted watching Stargate putting stuff together, and I clipped the wrong ones, glued them in place, and then a little bit later I went, oh, frick. Yeah, but okay, let's get into it. Now, this one is assembled, so I'm just not going to be showing you stuff on sprues. Because it is Games Workshop, everything you get in here is going to come on a sprue, all right? You're also going to get their, I don't know if that's the new transfer sheet or what. Kind of upset you removed the wolves from the transfer sheet and put, what, salamanders and raptors in there? I get it. Are they the new flavor of the moment? Whatever. Can't use it, so you get your instruction book. Oh, it's beautiful. On the back is kind of like your data cards, and you have multiple options that you can equip things. Seriously. The turret has 3 options. The front turret has a couple different options. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But what I like about this, it's color-coded. So follow along. Anywhere you see is blue is what you're currently working on. Anywhere that's yellow is where they want you to put the plastic glue or the super glue that you're using. I have been using almost exclusively Armory Painter plastic glue for plastic miniatures. It seems to bond pretty quick, gives me a good hold, and if I have to break it, it's not as damaging to the miniature as Gorilla Glue gel, which I use extensively on resin miniatures. I did not do mine with the where you can raise and lower the front plank. I did some dry fitting because what I really wanted to do was have some assault intercessors, aka my Skyclaws, coming out the front and kind of like a little diorama thing. And it didn't look right to me no matter how much I was doing. Plus, I really didn't want to paint the interior. I hope that makes sense. I'm taking the lazy route here. But just walk it through. You'll see in a moment. Every piece has a number. Okay, so just follow along. You're going to be fine. And if you do everything right, yeah, well, here. Don't be me. You have two options. Hopefully I'm showing that right. You have two options for the landing gear. They can be coming down, like it's landed or landing, or they're up, like it's currently in flight and doing what it needs to do. Once again, distracted by, Stargate. Yeah. But if you get it all together, you should have a neat little, gunship, for lack of a better phrase. Even though its primary thing is to take troops into battle, I like the armament on it, so, yeah. You're going to get one big flight base. You're going to get a clear sprue for your canopies. And save this. I'm serious, save this. If I ever get another one, I have some stuff for my Grey Knights. Even then, I can take those symbols and transfer them to a Grey Knight Dreadnought. So that's going to give me an upgrade option. You need to go over there so I don't lose you. Yeah. Bodywork. You can have the plasma guns, which I chose las cannons, to be honest. I didn't use, the assault cannons, I didn't use the missile launcher parts, and I really didn't use my tech marines, because just like before, and oh yeah, here's big bits of the body. Alright, I'll show you in a sec. Because just like before I did with the Stormraven, I think it is, or, no, I'm doing the Stormraven right now, sorry. The Space Wolves gunship that I brought to the channel, the Storm Fang, or the Storm Wolf, whatever the hell it was, because I know you can make two of them out of that. I'm doing over the canopy and just doing it like a bluish tint to it. But, yeah. Now, like I said, you get the big old flight base, which mine is currently done. I like the muddy, snowy look, just doing, kind of doing things differently. So, yeah. So my flight base is done, and no matter how hard I try and mask off, I always seem to fog up the bottom with sealer. But, hey, small thing, right? Alright. Here comes the reason why we're here. So, yeah. So, here she is. Now, after doing the Space Wolves gunship, sorry, I know I did it in black. I liked the fact that I only had to do like 3 colors from the Fang up to, Rust Gray and Fenrisian Gray. It really, really looked good, especially with a Nolan oil covering, the darkness of it. So I wanted to bring that forward onto this gunship. Now, down here on the front little turret part, instead of the heavy bolters, I went with multi-meltas. I wanted everything I could, pack as much power into the gunship. The two sides have the storm bolters. I mean, we're in the land of free war gear, so why not? Up in the turret, I went with las cannons, and we've got missile launchers in the wings. Now, what I liked about it, and sorry with the black and everything, these kind of move a little bit, but I glued them in place like it's just hovering to come down. You've also got 2 more, one on each wing, which I thought was kind of interesting, where I'm thinking, what was it, the Corsair or whatever? That Marine Corps plane that does like the vertical takeoff where it can just go straight up? And the other thing about this that made me laugh is you can transport a dreadnought on it. So I'm thinking of the old Star Wars movie, where the Republic heavy plane comes in, beep, 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 stops, drops off a tank, and then takes off. I thought it was cool that on the front and the back are ramps, so you can be like flying overhead, dropping out a whole bunch of Stormclaws, which I see this, trying to get them into battle quickly, or, you know, heavy assault intercessors, assault intercessors, whatever you want. I took bits from the Wolf kit and kind of added it to the front and to the sides to kind of signify mine a little bit more as Space Wolves. I got the Storm Bolters out as far as I could, and I glued them in place, simply because I don't like really moving parts that can shift and you have problems with paints. And yeah, I've never been a fan of that. I never have. I'm one of those that glues the top of the tanks down. All right, yeah. But I like the look of it, like I said. For it going together, it was one of the easiest I've ever pieced together, except for these guys right here, these little struts in the canopy. I had thought about leaving them completely off, but I thought that looked a little weird. And like I said, it's going to have a bluish glow to the canopy, so it's kind of like, I don't know, the shielding up on the inside for the pilots. You know, I just, how much money does this cost to the Imperium to make? And one lucky little son of a bitch with a sniper rifle takes out $1 billion bird. I've never understood that. But like I said, I wanted as much fire suppression on the front as I could get, because I just see this thing coming in, laying down a wall of lead and lasers and everything else, and barbecuing things on the spot, and the wolves running out the front going, save something for me? But still, like I said, it's a big bird. I like it. I mean, I've got to rethink my purpose for it after buying it, because I can't get everybody I want in it. But it happens, right? All right, you, before I accidentally drop you and cry like a little you-know-what, come back over here. Stay. Okay, we are at one of the most exciting parts of the video for me. Seriously, I really, truly love this one the most. I want to know your questions, comments, love, hatred, anger, all that fun stuff right down below. Do you have a Stormraven in your force? You know, do you see a use for it in your force? Have you had one, not liked it? I mean, I'd like to know more about it, because I would like Land Raiders and more like Primaris grav tanks in my force. But I gotta be careful what I buy, because I don't want to blow everything up and not be able to use what I have, if you understand. With trying to do a Custodes force and doing a small little Grey Knights force, I gotta try to multi-purpose things as much as I can, if you understand what I'm saying. Okay, now if it made you laugh, made you cringe, made you cry, made you do any of that while filming this video, and I'm pretty damn sure that it did, hit that big old thumbs up. It's only going to show love and support for the channel. That's always appreciated. Gonna give you good karma. You put out good, you get good back. And most importantly, it's going to smack that almighty algorithm in the mouth and go, wake up. We love what he's doing over here. But there you go, guys. My quick, weird unboxing look at the Warhammer 40k Space Marines Stormraven Gunship. I know. Should have had a career in game show hosting, but still. I want to thank you guys for watching this one. Hope you're having a great day today. Hope you're having a safe day today. And Emperor willing, one day we'll be rolling dice across the tabletop.